Hello YouTube, welcome to today's video. In today's video I wanted to showcase the importance of having a mid prio in mid and late game when it comes to rotating to objectives. So the only thing that you need to know is that we have gotten inhib previously in this game and that we are on soul point and we have the last streak spawning in 15 seconds. So because we have the mid inhib down, that means that if we leave the wave, just our minions versus their minions, the wave will push towards their base because we have super minions. But in other games, you will have, obviously the less towers there are, so we have tier 1 here. This will most likely be down by the time that you start playing for these second, third Drake, second Riftrail, etc. Tier 2 sometimes will be up, sometimes will not be up. And then tier 3 most of the time will be up, but can sometimes also be down. But obviously the more towers you have taken down in mid lane, the better. But in this case, we have tier 1 down, tier 2, tier 3, and inhib down. So with 18 seconds to Drake spawning, we now have mid prio. And this is important because it gives us vision of the enemy team going to clear the wave. That means that somebody will show here, maybe 1 or 2 people, meaning that we will definitely be outnumbering the opponents on the dragon until that they start roaming. Then some people will ask, well, what if nobody goes here and they just go as 5 people here? Well, then the good thing is that we can just run away from the Drake and make it reset. And then by it resetting, we will then have minions pushing in towards their base. And we can stall this for a very, very long time. And then eventually we'll have the minions go onto the Nexus towers here. And if we had a TP, we could threaten with a backdoor, etc, etc. But with now 10 seconds till Drake spawning, the enemy team is now grouping as 2 people. And now they start rotating. We are kind of out of position here, so I don't want to start the objective because we have Darius and Victor in base, so I want to play this very, very slowly. And we have full vision prio, so they have to run into us without any vision. We have the TP coming in from Victor, and then we see a bunch of people here, and I want to play this just very, very slowly. So now you see that nobody's here, and they're all 5 here in the bot side river. So basically what I end up doing, and I actually wanted my team to do this as well, I basically just wanted to go mid and end. Because what you'll see here is the fact that we see all 5 of them on a ward. And then I'm like, well, if they're all 5 here, nobody is defending. So let me just walk into mid lane and start threatening their base. So as you can see, my teammates are kind of buying time. In my opinion, if we just grouped as 5 people mid, we could have ended the game right here, right now. That didn't end up happening, but I think this is still good either way. They're just buying time, poking the enemy team off the Drake and kind of scaring them off. And then now I'm on the Nexus tower. I now see that Katarina's here. I see that Soraka's also coming. Katarina's by far their biggest threat. And I see a third person recalling. So now I'm leaving their base. And that puts us again in a numbers advantage because now there are 3 people here. And we will be 5 people versus their 2 players. So we will get the Drake. So this way we could actually also have collapsed on the Seri and the Sidrani if they end up positioning incorrectly. But we just focus on getting to the Drake. And then we end up securing Soul. So this is why getting mid prio is so important. Because it leaves you with the option of being able to trade towers for Drakes. In the early stages where it's only the 2nd or the 3rd dragon, you can basically say, well, we will get the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, and then you will take the Drake. And then afterwards, obviously the enemy team will have members on the dragon, so then you will just leave towards top side, maybe take their top side jungle, maybe threaten a top lane dive, maybe take the tier 1 tower on top, maybe take tier 1 tower or take tier 2 tower on top, maybe go to the Rift Herald, right? It leaves you with multiple options. And in this situation, it was basically, we could play for soul point and just flip it 5v5, but I saw the opportunity because nobody was defending. So I was going to threaten the backdoor and it forced 3 people to recall, putting me in a situation where we now have the numbers advantage on the dragon again. That meant that we secured the soul, and now we're just a lot stronger than the enemy, and we actually end up winning the game So be very much aware of the importance of mid prio, because not only does it give you vision to potentially showcase where the enemy team are, it can give you numbers advantage if somebody goes to clear it. It also, in case of you failing a fight, it's actually like a safety buffer, because of the fact that if the wave is here compared to here, the enemy team, let's say we all just die here in the Drake and everything fails, the enemy team will now have to push from down here compared to here, so they can not push as much, and then it will take them an extra wave to essentially get up to taking a tower. So if they don't have a wave, they can't push. It's as simple as that, and it gives you that safety buffer. So please, please, please make sure that you get mid prio. It's very important, like 15 to 30 seconds before the objective spawns, that you, as multiple people, go into mid, gain mid prio, and then go into the objective. And then you can then have the option of, do we start the objective? Do we play it slow? Do we have TPs to flank, etc, etc? It leaves you with so many options, but in solo queue, I don't see it. And I can play with players, even in Master and Grandmaster, who don't really focus on this, but I think it's really, really important, and it can really win you like mid and late game fights, which are game changing if you're behind, but can also just secure you the win if you're already ahead. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section down below, and then I will get back to you and explain in a different way. If you want to see more, then subscribe to my YouTube. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video. Bye bye.